Morning, it's June 28th, and so I'm back from Port Frank, and it was a pretty good showing. Had lots of people from the community and visitors to the area in on the Saturday, Sunday, and the Isaacs came out on Howard and Susan Isaac. Howard Isaac being nephew of Av Isaac, who used to own the Toronto Gallery, came out on Sunday and purchased 2 more of my works. So they now have 7 of my pieces in their collection, which is nice. So anyway, so I'm back from that. So now I'm moving on to my next series of work. Again, sort of continuing from the Rural Transition show. The show's going to be called Fabricated Landscapes, and more of investigating sort of the how suburbia has patterns of suburbia, the culture of suburbia, and how we kind of adapted rural tools and so that they fit into suburban lifestyle. So anyway, that's an ongoing. I started that a couple months ago, sort of working out some of the details there. So I guess the next 2 months are more about just executing the work. I'm interested to see if anything evolves within those 2 months. I'm looking to do a little more stitching, so I'm excited about that. And so yeah, other things that are going on is the call for Artissoir is now up, and there's a link to the application form off of my website, www.joepricestudios.ca, and that call is on my home page, and the link to the more information and the application form are on the bottom right hand side of my home page. So any artist, you don't have to be from Barrie, you can be from anywhere in Ontario. Keep in mind that we haven't been able to necessarily nail down artist fees, so in terms of cost, think about that. However, we are working with the Department of Culture so that we can secure some artist fees. So that's been good news. That meeting happened yesterday. Let's see what else. New exhibition on at Marlowe Framing on Dunlop Street. If you weren't able to make it to the opening last week, head on in there to see the work. It's very well executed. And I haven't yet seen the show, but the invitation would suggest that the artist's work is very high quality. And the Frederick Hagen show is now started up at the McLaren. And funny enough, Tony Miller, who owns Bliss Studio in Fort Frank, had Frederick Hagen as an instructor. So that's a neat connection, and these connections kind of pop up everywhere I go. It's amazing how small the world is. So what else? Oh, Soloy Gallery is having an opening, I believe, next week, the 8th or the 9th. It's a group show, so head on out to Shanty and take in that opening if you can. I'll try and confirm those dates for you in my next blog. The Images Studio Tour, we've just released our rat card. And it actually turns out that this year there's 9 Barrie artists on the tour. I think that's the most there's ever been. And they are trying to give local businesses an opportunity to profile themselves as sponsors at the studios as well as on the website. They've done some surveying and calculations, and it turns out the tour receives up to 18,000 visitors a year. And it looks like the Images Studio Tour may be picked up by the Regional Tourism Board as something to promote in the area for the fall. And if that happens, we are expecting the numbers to double. So we're also expecting a huge increase just because of the marketing we've been able to do so far, and all the marketing that's coming up over the summer as well. So we're pretty excited about that. So if you're a local business in Barrie and you'd like to sponsor one of the 9 galleries, 9 studios in close vicinity, most of us are located downtown, you can either contact me or contact the Images Studio Tour group directly through their website and say you want to be a sponsor on one of the sites, and that gets your link directly from our website, as well as you get to profile yourself in one of the studios, so you kind of be a studio partner. Other than that, I don't have too much going on this week. I wanted to do an application to a rural exhibition, but I'm starting to just sort of think more carefully in terms of where to spend my money, and so there's of course an application fee with these, and I've done a lot of those this year, so that, including the mail being shut down, the Desmond jury show, that's what it was, chose not to apply. So anyway, just sort of trying to focus in on my audience and save the money for developing those audiences in the buying public. So anyway, something every artist has to think about, and then gear their energy towards that. So I hope to be a little more careful because I'm getting worn out. Yeah. Anyway, I hope everybody has a great creative day. I'm off the line. I'll reach you tonight. Woo! And thanks to those people who came down to see me in Fort Frank. The show is up till July 26th. If you are still interested in taking in the new body of work, the show is called Treed, and it's combined storytelling and illustrations of trees in a painterly way, of course. Okay. Oh, just one more thing. July 30th, 31st, the Aurora Jazz Festival is going to be on, obviously, in Aurora. And I've actually been invited to paint on stage. So I'm going to be painting with the musicians. So if you want to come and say hello and support me, cheer me on, that'd be fun. I'll also have other works for show and sale there on that July weekend. Yeah, so that was good news, and I don't know if I told people, but I did make it into the Queen Street West show and sale, so something else I have to get ready for in the fall. Unfortunately, I did hear back from the Homework Project in Windsor, and that was pretty disappointing. That was an short artist residency. I thought would have been great in order to do some networking. Unfortunately, I didn't make it onto that short list. And I also heard back from the Blue Mountain Gallery, and I didn't get a show there. So anyway, with every acceptance there's a rejection, and got a thick skin. So I'll talk to you soon. Bye.